Hello everyone. Today we are going to revise the final revision of chemical bond we are going to do. Okay, the final revision of chemical bond topic. Okay, and also gas laws. Whatever we have syllabus for screening test, from that the main things what you have to concentrate means what are the important areas of the syllabus of screening test. Just once we will recap it. The first topic what we have to concentrate, favorable conditions. Favorable conditions for the formation of which bonds? For the formation of ionic bond, covalent bond. Dative bond means coordinate covalent bond. Dative bond indicates what? Coordinate covalent bond. Okay. Next, hydrogen bond. So for the formation of hydrogen bond, dative bond, covalent bond, and ionic bond, what will be the favorable conditions? What are the favorable conditions for the formation of these types of bonds? Different types of bonds. These all things we have to understand. Okay. So first we will go through what subtopics. Subtopic wise, we will I will tell you. I will read out the important areas. Whatever you have doubt, whatever you have, what you have no clarity, whatever you don't have clarity clearly, that points you note down on the paper and read that areas only. Okay. So now don't expect any doubts clarification. No need. Simply theory part 90% is there. Remember, nearly 80%. 80% almost theory is there. 20% only numericals will be there. That too directly you can do it without much effort. Also you can do it. Screening test is what you are moderate always. It will not be too much difficult. Okay. So all sections will be involved in screening test. All section students will be writing. That's why it will be given moderate only. Don't worry about that. Following ma. So that's why need not to worry about the screen test. First you try to see the subtopics. What you have to concentrate. If you did not cover anything, just you note down that subtopic, whatever I'm writing on the board, then you concentrate on that only. Suppose favorable conditions of ionic bond, favorable conditions of covalent bond like this. Now ionic bond means electrovalent bond. Electrovalent bond. What does it mean? Ionic bond should form means what should be the condition here? One atom should be, one combining atom should be metal, one combining atom should be non-metal. And the one combining atom metal will lose electrons to become cation. The non-metal atom will become what? Anion. The non-metal atom becomes anion, metal atom becomes cation, positive ion. And between cation and anion, there will be attractive force to form ionic bond. To form what? Ionic bond. Now this metal atom, to form cation, it should have low ionization potential. Metal atom should have what? Low ionization potential. And the non-metal atom should form negative ion. For the formation of negative ion easily, the non-metal should be having what? More electron affinity. The non-metal should have higher electron affinity. The metal atom should have low ionization potential. Then easily ionic bond will form. Transfer of electrons will take place like that. And for formation of covalent bond, conditions what? The covalent bond will be formed by sharing of electrons. By sharing of electrons, it will be forming. Means what? When two atoms combine with each other, for formation of covalent bond, both atoms, combining atoms must be having deficiency of octet. Deficiency of octet means they should have less than 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. Then when they approach each other, they will contribute electrons and share electrons. Contribute and share electrons. That is covalent bond condition. And dative bond condition what? For the formation of coordinate covalent bond, that is dative bond, what is the condition? One atom should be having excess electrons, the other should be having deficiency of electrons. When these two atoms approach each other, the donor atom will donate electron pair. Donor atom will donate electron pair to acceptor atom. And between donor and acceptor, what will be forming? Dative bond will be forming. Coordinate covalent bond will be forming. So the favorable conditions what? One donor atom should be having excess electrons to donate, and the acceptor atom should have empty orbital to receive electrons. Empty orbital should be there in acceptor. Excess electron pair should be there in donor. So like that, favorable conditions. And favorable conditions for the formation of hydrogen bond what? Okay, hydrogen bond is formed between hydrogen atom of one atom, one molecule, from one molecule hydrogen atom, and other molecule fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen. Between hydrogen atom of one molecule and fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen atom of other molecule, what will be forming? Hydrogen bond will be forming. Sometimes hydrogen bond also will be between hydrogen and chlorine. So like that, favorable conditions for the formation of hydrogen bond. So next, which rules we have to concentrate? Which rules? Not theories, rules. Octet rule, Paget's rules. Okay, octet rule and Paget's rule. Octet rule meaning what? Having 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. Having 8 electrons in the outermost orbit is called octet. The presence of 8 electrons in the outermost orbit in the valence shell is called octet rule. Okay, so if any atom is not having octet configuration, that will be unstable. The unstable atom will be trying to participate in chemical bond to get what? Stability. That is octet rule. And Paget's rules. Okay, Paget's rules. Paget's rules, what here? They will give idea about what? The covalent character in ionic compounds. Any ionic compound is not 100% ionic compound. Any ionic compound is not 100% ionic in nature. Every ionic compound will be having some character of covalent nature. Okay, the covalent nature of ionic compounds can be understood by what? Paget's rules. According to Paget's rules, what here? If small cation is there, small size cation is there, that will have more polarizing power. Paget's rules, what here? Smaller the size of cation, greater will be polarizing power of cation, and hence more will be covalent nature. More will be covalent nature. Already we have discussed, once again revising that sort here. Okay, right? Just write Paget's rules. If you don't have idea about Paget's rules, just note down Paget's rules. Then you can go through the material or any reference book. If you don't have any reference book, also no problem. Just Paget's rules. If you type in net, you will get it. Octet rule. Octet rule. If you type in net, you will get it. Covalent bond conditions. Favorable conditions for the formation of dative bond means you will get it. Information in net also. If you don't have any reference book. Okay. So like that, whatever you don't have idea, subtopic, that subtopic note down in the notebook now. That only you can concentrate today. So next, after this, lattice energy. Lattice energy. Lattice energy is what about? Lattice energy is about what now? The stability of ionic compound. If ionic compound has more lattice enthalpy, if ionic compound has more lattice enthalpy, okay, that will be more stable ionic compound. If lattice enthalpy of ionic compound is greater, that ionic compound is stronger. Means strength will be more for that ionic compound. Stability of ionic compound will be greater if lattice enthalpy of ionic compound is greater. So that is lattice enthalpy, lattice energy. So lattice energy is directly proportional to what? Charges on the cation and anion. The cation charge into anion charge. If it is greater, the lattice enthalpy will be greater. If distance between cation and anion is greater, lattice enthalpy will be lesser. Like this, lattice enthalpy concept already we have discussed. Once again, I'm telling you, if you have doubt in lattice enthalpy, just go through net. Type in the net information about lattice enthalpy. Otherwise, write simply class notes of lattice enthalpy. Then every information you'll get about it. Okay. So next one, formal charge. Next topic is what? Of lattice enthalpy, formal charge. Formal charge concept is what about? Formal charge means what? The formal charge is equal to valence electrons, number of valence electrons minus lone pair electrons. Lone pair electrons minus shared electrons by 2. Shared electrons by 2. So valence electrons means in the outermost orbit of that particular atom, how many valence electrons are there is V. Minus L means what? Number of electrons present in lone pairs. If one lone pair is there, 2 electrons. If 2 lone pairs are there, 4 electrons. If 2 lone pairs are there, how many electrons will be present? L value 4. Like that. So number of electrons in the lone pairs is L value. And S is what? Number of electrons in bond pairs. One bond pair means 2 electrons. 2 bond pairs means 4 electrons, like this. Now here S means what? Shared electrons means number of electrons present in bond pairs. Number of electrons present in bond pairs is S value. S by 2. So like this, V minus L minus S by 2 is equal to what? Formal charge on any given atom. About ozone we have discussed already. Again, if you have doubt about this formal charge, if you don't have clarity about this, just note down in the notebook and search in the net. Okay. So like this, we have to concentrate this formal charge. Next, bond characteristics. Bond characteristics. Bond characteristics means what here? The bond length, bond energy, bond angle. Okay, so these all things will come under what? Bond characteristics. Bond characteristics meaning what, ma'am? Bond length, bond length, bond energy, bond energy. Next, bond angle. Okay, and bond order, bond order. Bond order means what? Number of bonds between two atoms in a molecule. Number of bonds between two atoms in a molecule is called what? Bond order. So bond order concept also is important here. So now here it is about what now here? The wave characteristics. Wave characteristics are what here? Bond length, bond energy, bond order, and next what? Bond angle. So now the relation also you have to recall bond characteristics. Bond length and bond energy, how they are related to each other? Bond length, bond energy, inversely proportional. More bond length, less bond energy. Like that. So the relations of the bond characteristics means bond parameters. Bond parameters. Bond length, bond angle, bond strength, all these things. If you don't have idea, just note down and refer. Okay. So and what we have to remember is that don't depend on net only completely. If you go to the net, it will be waste of time sometimes in searching. In your material, first you check. Whatever you have doubts, subtopic, in material you check first. In material after reading, if you don't get clarity still, go to any reference book. If reference book is also not there, then only go to net. Otherwise, waste of time. Next, dipole moment concept. Dipole moment concept. So the dipole moment mu is equal to what? Charge into distance. Charge into distance. Okay, about this dipole moment also important information we have to get it from anything. If you have any doubt, any subtopic, immediately refer that. So dipole moment topic you have got complete idea or not. If you don't have, you have to check it. That's all. Today you concentrate on whatever you have doubts. So dipole moment. Dipole moment is equal to what? The product of charge on the particle and distance of the particle. Distance between the particles. Distance between the charged particles and charge on any one charged particle. So this is what mu. And next important topic is what? Hybridization topic. Hybridization. Hybridization meaning what? Intermixing of atomic orbitals to give same number of hybrid orbitals. sp hybridization linear shape 180 degrees. sp2 hybridization trigonal planar geometry and 120 degrees bond angle. Like this, every type of hybridization, shape and shape of the molecule and bond angle. All these things we have to get it. And different types of hybridizations, different types of compounds you have to concentrate. Okay, so about hybridization topic you concentrate. Next, important theories. What three theories there we have? VBT valence bond theory, VSEPR theory, and molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, and VBT valence bond theory. These three are important theories. Okay. Now, valence bond theory already we have discussed many times. So, in the valence bond theory, what you have to concentrate mainly? Important points of VBT. What are the important postulates of VBT? Okay. So, VBT theory states what? About the VBT theory information you get first. After that, orbital overlapping. SS overlapping, SP overlapping, PP overlapping. Which is stronger overlapping there? PP overlapping is stronger than SP overlapping, stronger than SS overlapping. Why PP overlapping is stronger means it will be having greater extent of overlapping. PP overlap has greater extent of overlapping means p orbitals are directional in character, p orbitals are directional in nature, and directional orbitals will have greater extent of overlapping. That is why PP overlapping is stronger, we have to say. After that, sigma bond, pi bond. In VBT only sigma bond, pi bond concept will come. Which bond cannot exist independently between sigma and pi? Pi bond cannot exist independently. If a single bond is between two atoms, that single bond must be sigma bond only. Pi bond is not present there. If double bond is there, one sigma, one pi. If triple bond is there, one sigma and two pi. Like this, the sigma one pi bond concept we have to learn. And also, which is stronger bond, sigma and pi? Sigma bond is stronger. The reason is important. Why sigma bond is stronger than pi bond? In formation of sigma bond, the extent of overlapping is greater. In linear overlapping, axial overlapping will form sigma bond. In axial overlapping, for the formation of sigma bond, the extent of overlapping is greater, maximum. That is why the sigma bond is stronger than pi bond. So like that, VBT concept completely how to get it. After that, important another theory is what? Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, VSEPR theory. So according to this, what will be the questions? Important questions. Now here, valence shell electron pairs. In the valence shell of central atom, electron pairs will be how many types? Electron pairs will be of how many types? Two types. Lone pairs, bond pairs. Okay, between lone pair, between bond pair, and between bond pair, lone pair, repulsions will be there. Which repulsions are stronger? Greater repulsions will be between what and what? LP repulsions will be greater than BP repulsions will be greater than BP repulsions. The reason what? Why LP repulsions are stronger? Because the lone pair will occupy more space. The lone pair electron cloud has more space, more size. That is why repulsions will be greater. And lone pair is attracted by only one nucleus. That's why the electron cloud of lone pair will be larger in size, in space. That's why they will be repelling greater. That's why repulsions will be maximum in between lone pair and lone pair. That is about it. Next, in VSEPR theory, one more important area to be asked is what? VSEPR notation is there, na? VSEPR notation. AB2. AB2 means A is central atom. B2 means what? Two bond pairs. Two bond pairs. And AB2L. AB2L meaning what? VSEPR notation AB2L meaning what? A is central atom. B2 is what? Number of bond pairs 2, and L is what? One lone pair. Suppose if you take AB2L2, if you take suppose AB2L2, what does it mean? AB2L2 means A is central atom. B2 means what? Two bond pairs. L2 meaning what? Two lone pairs. Okay, so like this, AB2L2, AB3L3, AB5, this type of notations, VSEPR notations are important in this. Okay, and in hybridization formula, do you remember the formula of hybridization? What? H is equal to half into valence electrons plus monovalent atoms minus cationic charge plus anionic charge. So H equals to number of hybrid orbitals. Number of hybrid orbitals is equal to half into V plus M minus C plus A. V is valence electrons number, M is monovalent atoms, C is cationic charge, A is anionic charge. So if H is equal to 2, sp hybridization. If H value is equal to 3, sp2. If H value is equal to 4, sp3. Otherwise dsp2. And if H value is 5, sp3d. Like this, from H value we can get hybridization type of hybridization. So like that we have to understand. Next. Now next, after this one, what here? After VSEPR theory, next one is molecular orbital theory. MOT, molecular orbital theory. Here in molecular orbital theory, mainly we have two types of species. Na? What are they? N2, N2 minus 2, N2 minus 1, like this. And here another type of species, O2, O2 minus 2, like this. Okay. So O2 minus 2, O2, both will be having same type of configuration. N2 and N2 minus 2 will be having same type of configuration. Why? The N2 minus 2 has how many electrons? 14 electrons of nitrogen molecule and 2 electrons gained. 2 electrons gained and 14 electrons. 14 plus 2, 16 electrons there. But we should not follow oxygen type of configuration here. Though N2 minus 2 ion has 16 electrons, we should not follow O2 type. We should follow nitrogen type of configuration only. The order of energies will be different for nitrogen type and oxygen type. No? The order of energies of molecular orbitals will be different for nitrogen molecule and oxygen molecule, right? So whatever is ion obtained from N2 molecule, whether it may be N2 minus 1, N2 minus 2, N2 plus 1 or N2 plus 2. Any ion of nitrogen will be following what? Nitrogen type of configuration. And any ion coming from O2 molecule, O2 plus or O2 plus 2 or O2 minus or O2 minus 2. Any ion coming from molecule of O2 will be following what? Type of O2 only. Okay. So like this, suppose O2 plus 2 you take, O2 plus 2. O2 plus 2 meaning what? O2 molecule has lost 2 electrons. Okay, O2 plus 2, from 16 electrons of O2, 2 electrons lost, suppose, plus 2 means. After that, how many electrons left over? 14 only there in O2 plus 2. In O2 molecule with plus 2 charge, 14 electrons only there. 14 means will you follow nitrogen type of order? No. We should follow O2 order only. Oxygen type of order only we have to follow for molecular orbitals. Okay, so that electronic configuration of molecular orbitals for nitrogen type and oxygen type you have to concentrate. Okay, so these molecular orbital theory configurations are important. Okay, next, hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding is of how many types? Mainly 2 types. What are they? Intermolecular, intramolecular. What are the 2 types of hydrogen bonding? Inter and intra. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding and intermolecular. Inter meaning what? Between 2 atoms, between 2 molecules. Between 2 molecules, the hydrogen bonding is called intermolecular. And intra meaning what? Intra means within. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding meaning what? Within the same molecule. Within the same molecule between 2 atoms. Within the same molecule between 2 atoms, if hydrogen bond is there, that is called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. And you please concentrate on the examples of intermolecular hydrogen bonding and examples of intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Examples of first hydrogen bonding is formed between hydrogen atom versus fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen. And hydrogen bonding is of 2 types, inter and intramolecular. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding means the hydrogen bonding formed between 2 atoms, 2 molecules. Intramolecular meaning what? Between within same molecule between 2 atoms. That is what intramolecular. Examples for intermolecular hydrogen bonding, examples for intramolecular. Both we have to concentrate. Okay. After hydrogen bonding, next what is leftover concept of chemical bonding? Metallic bonding. Metallic bonding. Okay. In this metallic bonding, what we have to understand is that the concept you get from the net. If you don't find in material, you find out in metallic bonding in net. I have already I have explained in the class. I have explained in class of hydrogen bonding. In hydrogen bonding lecture 2 or something, I have given this metallic bonding explanation. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can watch it if you want. If you have idea, okay. If you have already got idea about this one, okay. If you don't have idea only, what you have to do? You have to search net, metallic bonding. So hydrogen bonding, metallic bonding. After that, still what we have now? Still we have what? Next topic is what? Resonance. Another important topic of chemical bonding is what? Resonance. In resonance topic, what we have to understand mainly? Okay, resonating structures of what? Different molecules. Like benzene. Benzene has different types of resonating structures. Resonating structures are also called canonical forms. Canonical forms, otherwise, resonating structures of benzene, resonating structures of ozone molecule, O3 molecule, resonating structures of CO3 minus 2, carbonate ion. So for CO3 minus 2 carbonate ion, benzene molecule, O3, ozone molecule, we have different types of resonating structures. The resonating structure diagrams you have to follow. Diagrams also important. There are diagrams in molecular orbital theory. There are diagrams in valence bond theory, and different diagrams you have to understand. In hybridization concept, we have diagram, and also for lattice enthalpy, we have the table Born-Haber cycle. For lattice enthalpy, we have Born-Haber cycle. The Born-Haber cycle of lattice enthalpy and diagrams of hybridization, diagrams of molecular orbital theory. These all things you have to follow. Why? Descriptive type examination means diagram also may be asked. Okay, that's why concentrate mainly on theory and diagrams first. Graphs in gaseous state lesson we have graphs also. So graphs, theory part and the diagrams mainly concentrate. And 20% what will be there? Numerical problems will be there. Only 20%. Okay. So first we concentrate on the content, theory part completely and diagrams. So after metallic bonding, we have resonance. Resonance is important area. Resonance after that. Next we have what? Gas laws. Another lesson is what now? Gaseous state. In behavior of gases in gaseous state, we have to concentrate mainly on gas laws. What are the gas laws here? Boyle's law statement and equations. Charles' law statement and equations. Gay-Lussac's law statement and equations. Avogadro's law statement and equations related to that. After that, what is the ideal gas? Means Boyle's law equation. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. And Charles' law statement what? Charles' law statement, volume of a gas is inversely proportional to temperature or directly proportional to temperature. Volume of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature at constant pressure. Is called what? Charles' law statement. So the statements read from the material thoroughly and learn as it is. Don't write in your own words something. In what year? Complete sentence, if it is there, only marks will be awarded. Suppose if we are asked about Gay-Lussac's law, suppose state Gay-Lussac's law. State Gay-Lussac's law means you have to write like this. Gay-Lussac's law states that, okay, the pressure of a given mass of gas, the pressure of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to, pressure of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. At absolute temperature, its absolute temperature at constant volume. Like that we have to state. And if Boyle's law is asked, Boyle's law states that the volume of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at constant temperature. Like this complete sentence should be their meaningful sentence. Then only marks will be awarded. That's the read theory thoroughly with concentration once again today. So all gas law statements and all gas law equations. Okay, what is the equation of Charles' law here? V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Okay, Charles' law equation. Like the different types of equations we follow. Next, ideal gas equation. Another important area of gaseous state is what? Ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. From ideal gas equation, we can derive the formula for density. Density is equal to PM by RT. Like this, many equations are there. In ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. Kepler is what? Universal gas constant. Kepler values we have to remember. Capital R value in liter atmosphere. Capital R universal gas constant value in numerical value in what? In what is joules, in ergs, all these things. Suppose you are asked numerical value of R in liter atmosphere. Numerical value of R in liter atmosphere means answer what? The numerical, you write like this. The numerical value of universal gas constant R is equal to, okay, so and so. What is the value? 0.0821 liter atmospheres into Kelvin inverse into mole inverse. Everything, including units, you have to write. No numerical value meaning what? Magnitude plus units. Magnitude and units both should be mentioned. Then only it is numerical value. If R value is asked in liter atmosphere, and if you write only R is equal to 0.0821, that's all, marks will not be awarded. You must write R is equal to 0.0821 liter atmosphere into Kelvin inverse into mole inverse. Like this you have to write. Then only marks will be given. That's why take care of every minute thing while writing descriptive type. And neatness should be maintained. Very neatness means very neatly you must be mentioning. Okay, every answer. You must be representing every answer in neat handwriting. Okay, next. Units of measurement, you have to concentrate. Units of measurement means what? Pressure. Pressure is measured in what? Atmospheres, bar, Pascal, Newton per meter square. Many units are there for pressure. And interconversions of one unit into other unit. Interconversion means what? 1 atm is equal to how many bar, and 1 atm is equal to how many Pascal, 1 atm is equal to how many Newton per meter square, and 1 liter is equal to how many meter cube, and 1 meter cube of volume is equal to how many centimeter cube, and 1 Kelvin is equal to how many degrees Celsius. Like this, from one unit, other unit, how to convert. The interconversions of units are important here. So units of measurement also very important area. Okay, so these are all things, whatever you have got doubt in these areas, you have to mention and you have to note in the notebook and read that all things. Okay, ma'am. Bye, good day. All the best. Don't worry about anything. Just you read, go on reading. These are all subtopics first. Revise it. It is revision. You cannot read each and every sentence of textbook lesson now. No. That's why you concentrate subtopic wise. That's all. That's why I gave you these subtopics. Okay, ma'am. Take screenshot if you want. Take screenshot. Okay, bye. Good day. All the best.